CBS Sports coverage of the National Football League is sponsored by GTE. We can do business with your business. McDonald's, it's a good time for the great taste of McDonald's. And by Lowenbrau, brewed in the great beer drinking countries of the world. This world calls for Lowenbrau.
The Rams led 13-0, and now at the half they lead 13-7. Most importantly, Phil Simms will play in the second half, and when the score became 13-0, Hank, the Giants had only 1 minute and 13. Second half kickoff. Mike Lansford will kick off, and George Adams is back at the goal line awaiting the kick. By the way, on that last drive by the Giants in the final 1:13 of the half, they had a face mask penalty against the Rams that helped that drive continue. And that was very important. Once again, this ball is going to have to be held by Urban so Lansford can kick the ball. Had done little offensively until that final drive, and a couple of turnovers stopped them. Adams took it on the 3 across the 20 to the 23, and for the Rams, Ed Brady, the tackler. In the first half, first downs were even. Looking the rushing yards for the Rams, and the passing yards, the Giants had the advantage, and the turnovers, 2 for the Giants and none for the Rams.
I think basically the Giants have to be disappointed over the fact that they did not run the ball better than they did in the first half. They thought they wanted to do that. They thought they could do it, but they haven't done it well so far.
See what they do here with Adams running out of the tailback spot. He only got a yard. The tackler was Jim Collins. When they rush well, they win. You can say that for a lot of teams, but the Giants in particular.
And that's something. They rush over 100 yards rushing in a game. They are 6-0. Under 100 yards, they're rushing. They're 0-3. Very dramatic.
And their primary runners are Joe Morris, who is in there now, and George Adams, who is out at the moment. So he just got rid of that in time. Johnson's inside the 35-yard line. That's the 3rd turnover for New York today. Tried to get it to Joe Morris, made the tackle on Johnson after he intercepted. Boy, he threw it right in his belly, didn't he?
Well, here again, Jack. Mel Owens was blitzing on the play, and he didn't have a chance. I tell you, with the wind blowing the way it is, you better give your quarterback a lot of time to throw the ball, be able to step and throw and follow through. Watch what happens here. Wilshire is coming, number 54 coming. There is hit on the left side by Mel Owens, number 58. Had nothing on the ball whatsoever. Johnny Johnson gets the interception, number 20. Now they're in great field position.
At the New York 35. That was the 5th of the year for Johnson. Dickerson alone back. A toss as he runs left. Lawrence Taylor tripped him up, and he got about 2. Taylor first, and then Curtis McGriff. In the turnovers, Rams none, Giants 3 today. And there's Bill Parcells.
The one thing he said to us yesterday, he said, Big, we have to do a good job of staying behind Dickerson so he can't take advantage of the cutbacks. And I think from an overall standpoint, really, the Giants are doing a pretty good job of that.
2nd down and 8. David Hill, the tight end on the right side. Tony Hunter on the left. There's Hunter. Down inside the 15-yard line. He lined up tight end left, and Herb Welch tackled him.
It was a crossing pattern with Tony Hunter coming across from the left side. Watch him come. There he is, coming across man-for-man coverage. The defensive back does not get there in time. Herb Welch, number 27, and as a result, it's a big play down to the 12-yard line. Watch Smith, number 56, working on Burt, number 64. Burt gets penetration, but not until after he gets rid of the football.
Trying to make the most of the interception. The Rams have a first down at the 12 of the Giants. Redden is the up back. Here comes Dickerson, and he had knocked down by Reasons. He got about a yard. Or maybe a little more than that on forward progress.
Ball carried by Dickerson. Reasons.
There's Johnny Johnson, who picked it off. And his brother Bob is playing these days for the Cardinals. 5 interceptions for Johnson this year. Scoring in the second half. The Rams really get rolling, and their defense stiffens in the second half. 2nd and 9. Good protection underneath, and a big hit, and the progress down to the 9-yard line. That was Ron Brown, the wide receiver, who caught it, and Gary Reasons led the tacklers again. The ball's placed at the 9.
It's a wonder he was able to catch that ball. He waited just a little bit too long to get the ball to him. He was in a crowd of people that time, but in spite of that, he got hit and maintained possession of the ball. Good job on the part of Ron Brown, number 89, coming across the middle.
Here's a 3rd down play. 3rd and 7. Look at Taylor. And incomplete. Ellard couldn't get down into the end zone. It was thrown incomplete, and it's field goal time again. Boy, that Taylor was trying everything to get to him.
Yeah, he was, and Barry Redden, number 30, was really wide open in the flat, but Jeff Kemp did not see him. And he throws the ball to make sure it's not intercepted, throws it away, and now they're in a good field goal position.
Well, this will be the 3rd time today that the Giants have made the Rams settle for field goals rather than touchdowns. Dills will hold at the 16, a 26-yard try. He's kicked one earlier of 40 and also 31. Dills picked it up, spotted it, and the kick is good. That makes it 16-7. All of that followed the interception by Johnson.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Now, Jack, 5 seconds.
Here we have Jack Youngblood, rule number 85, retired this year. What a great career he had with the Los Angeles Rams.
Hall of Fame for him someday, Hank.
Yeah, no question about that.
Here is the kick from the Rams and Mike Lansford. George Adams is deepest. Giants haven't been able to break many of their returns. There's Adams. Typical of what he's been doing all season long. He breaks loose, though, brother. He's a bundle to try to catch. 16-7. The Rams have been ahead throughout. Adams pinned into the corner again. And he went out of bounds, so fortunately for him, he was in the end zone. It'll come out to the 20-yard line. Next week in the National Football League, the Bears travel to Dallas. I wonder what their record will be. I wonder what the Dallas record will be. Washington is their opponent today, and the Rams play at Atlanta, and Tampa Bay will give the New York Jets a tussle. Check your local listing next Sunday here on CBS. Picked off the last time. Sims gets under center. He's going to put it up to the sideline. Reaching back good for 5 yards as the tight end Barbaro caught it. Johnny Johnson hit him.
I couldn't tell whether the ball was tipped a little bit by a defensive player or whether the ball just sailed, but he had to turn around on the inside to make that catch. It was a good catch there by Barbaro.
They really miss Zeke Moat on this Giant team.
Yeah, they really like him very, very much, and of course they lost him in the last preseason game against Pittsburgh, I think. But they think he would have had a fantastic year, but of course that's always the case when you lose a key player.
2nd down and 4. Joe Morris is hauled down from behind by Wilcher. Mike Wilcher is having some sort of an afternoon here. He's made some tackles. He's 6'2", 240 out of North Carolina. So he's going to show the other North Carolina linebacker that he can play also. And you see Gary Jeter in there against his former former teammates.
And now you see 6 defensive backs in the game.
They're down and 4. Gray and Newsom are in the Rams' backfield. And caught by Galbraith. Oh, look at him. And the 25 goes Tony Galbraith.
Watch Tony Galbraith, number 30, come out of the backfield. He had a safety blitz, linebacker blitz. He comes in the inside and beats Wilshire, number 54. Makes a great move on the inside, and watch him take off and go. He leads the National Football League in total receptions in the history of the National Football League. Great receiver and quick feet.
For a running back, he's number 1 of all time. Here's Joe Morris. And Morris dives down to the 23. Carl Eckert made the tackle. What did the coach tell us yesterday? That he gave Tony Galbraith a trophy in front of the club?
Yes, he gave him a trophy when he broke the record. And, of course, we drafted Tony back in 1976, our number 2 draft choice. And, boy, did a great job for us, along with Chuck Muncie in New Orleans for 2 years. But he was a terrific running back, but also a great receiver, which is very obvious.
Second down and 8. Trailing by 9. There's it out. It's there and incomplete. There's a lot of pushing and shoving going on with Johnson covering on the tight end, Mark Bavaro. Just watch the tail end of that play.
Yeah, we'll see the end of it. And you can't tell for sure whether Johnny Johnson gets a shot on him or not with that right hand. But had the ball been thrown perfectly, it would have been a touchdown. And he had plenty of time to throw the ball that time, Jack.
He did. He's 11 out of 20. 2 intercepted, 1 touchdown. This is 3rd and 8. He was going to try to get it downfield to Adams. He was throwing to Adams at the goal line, but perhaps Desjardins got a hand on it. And it's 4th down, and Eric Schubert comes into the game.
4th down.
Schubert was 5 for 5 last week. He'll make his first try today.
How about the story that Parcells told about Schubert the day before the game last week? He said, before the game, he said, "Are you nervous?" He said, "Yes, I'm nervous." He said, "Well, relax." He said, "Heck, I'm not nervous about kicking the field goal. I'm nervous about my high school team. I don't think they're ready to play."
This is a 40-yard try. And it is. Good. He's 6 for 6 as a Giant. They love him on this team. It makes it 16-10.
Here's a good picture of Tony Galbraith, who leads the National Football League as far as running backs are concerned, receiving-wise, has caught 417 passes, which is the best in the history of the National Football League.
A booming kick by Schubert deep into the end zone, and Ron Brown downs the ball. Well, that's something. When you take the speed away from Brown, it'll come out to the 20. So Schubert's doing everything he's asked to do. Special teams coach gives him the glad hand. Romeo Crennel is the special teams coach. New England leads Indianapolis 17-6 third quarter. We look at other scores. Minnesota had a Green Bay 14-6 in the third quarter. Aaron Nelson a touchdown there. The Eagles having a good time. McFadden field goal 17-0 over Atlanta. And Cincinnati leading Cleveland 17-7 in the third quarter. Fans here want the Giant defense to take over the game. Hunter's on a wing. A busted play, and here comes Kemp, and down he goes. He lost 2. I don't know why he didn't toss it to him, do you?
No, I don't either. Maybe he didn't have good control of it or something, but I can't understand why he didn't pitch it out there to him. Curtis McGriff, number 76, was right there to make the play. This is a critical drive for the Rams because I think the Giants are getting some momentum. And they're starting to make things happen, and if they can force them to kick here, they'll wind up with good field position.
He probably he didn't have a good grip on the ball, so he just tucked it away, and it's 2nd and 11. He's 7 out of 13, as you see. And not a first down. What a big hit was made. Coming in was Ron Brown, and he was blasted by Herb Welch, number 27 out of UCLA.
I've never seen Brown catch the ball inside like he has today. That's the second catch he's made inside. He got a good thump every time he made the catch, but he was able to hang on to the football that time and did a good job.
3rd down and 1. Arizona State, the school for Ron Brown, the Olympian. Bill Bain is in as the other tight end. David Hill. Redden leading the blocking. Pass play by Kemp. Looking for Hunter. He airs it out for Hunter and overthrows, incomplete, and the Rams will punt. That was worth a gamble, but they had him well fitted.
The official didn't see Hunter go down the field and push off.
I saw him.
Right in front of the official. The official did not see it. Should have been a pass interference part on the offense, Tony Hunter.
Welch and Patterson were the convoy downfield for Hunter. And back to do the punting is Dale Hatcher, his 4th of the day. Good average.
Let's take a look at his drop now. Very important with the wind blowing like it is from side to side that he gets a good drop.
He's out of Clemson. Some of you folks will watch Clemson play next Saturday here on CBS. He kicks it very easily. Out of rhythm. He took it on the 27. A block. Out of bounds at the 41. Good return by Phil McConkey.
Gary Reason's 55 really made a great block to help him go to the outside. Sean Miller is the injured player, number 98, and Gary Reasons really got a great block on the punt return, number 55. I think probably, hopefully, he just got the wind knocked out of him, but it was a great shot. Here we see it right here. Watch left of your screen here. Watch Gary Reasons, 55, blocking Sean Miller, number 98. There's the shot. And he's able to go to the outside and get a good return on the play. Sean Miller is walking off the field in good shape. Nothing seriously wrong. Just got the wind knocked out of him, I'm sure.
43-yard punt, 13-yard return by McConkey out to the 41-yard line. We have 6:40 remaining in this 3rd quarter. Hank thinks the Giants are starting to get a little momentum.
Yeah, I really think they are, and they've got much better field position, and they're able to open up a little bit more than they could in the first part of the game.
Marathon, then a fake to Morris. And the pass wide open, and Manuel is out of bounds at the 34. I know Manuel hauled it in. He helped set up the last touchdown.
Yes, he did. Now here, it's a play-action fake again. Not a very good exchange and a good mesh between the back and the quarterback, but he gets outside and throws the ball right over the top with a defensive back right on the money to Manuel, and he makes the catch and a first down. Good execution on the play, and they moved the pocket on that last play, Jack, which was very successful.
Ball's at the 33 of Los Angeles. And another fake to Morris. And then Sims got rid of it, and it's caught. The big tight end came back, broke the tackle, first down. Sims was lucky they didn't blow the whistle.
Bavaro, the tight end, watch him get off. Watch Eckern trying to get his position. There's Mark Bavaro, and he comes back for the ball, which is a good move. Nolan Cromwell misses the tackle, and he's finally tackled by Johnny Johnson, number 20.
Wow. First down to the 41, then the 13, then the 19. Here's Joe Morris to the 14.
Good blocking on the left side by Brad Benson, number 60, and also Billy Ard, number 67. There you see it. And Joe Morris pops right through the hole in good shape and gets as much out of the play as he possibly can. But again, great blocking by Benson, number 60, and also Billy Ard, number 67.
All rest at the 14. It's 2nd and 5. Giants they get the lead for the first time today. They trail by 6.
The middle.
That's very close to a first down. Now Manuel again with Gary Green with a hard tackle. First down and goal from the 8.
Manuel hit the middle area in good shape and then slid to the open area. Gary Green finally made the tackle, but a very good move by Manuel, number 86.
Well, the Giants don't want to settle for a field goal here. 4:36 left in the third quarter. First and goal. McConkey replaces Manuel.
Well, they got a one-on-one on both receivers on the outside.
Sims to Morris to the 5. Al Owens stopped the play for 58. He doesn't hold back when he plows into that line, doesn't he?
No, he's got a great start. Gets off the ball very quickly, and as I mentioned before, you know, he's short, and it's hard to see him behind those big linemen.
Let's look what the Giants have done in the third quarter. And I think it's a tribute to their coaching staff and their adjustments at halftime.
Well, I think that's true. Plus the fact they're hanging in there tough. They're showing a lot of poise, a lot of determination not to make mistakes or stay in there tough and hope they can be in the game in the fourth quarter.
Second down, Morris again squirms to the goal line, but not over. He was tripped up and lost his balance and couldn't get in. It's third down, third and goal.
Chris Godfrey, the right guard, number 61, gets off the ball in good shape.
Doug Reed gets a hand on him here.
Yes. Bart Oates, number 65, also does a good job.
Dejournay got a hand on his foot. Third and goal. Vito Cav is the other tight end. He's on a wing. Carthon is the upback. He goes on a wing. Third and goal from the 1. Carthon in motion. Toss to Morris. Touchdown.
Great block here by number 44, Maurice Carthon. Watch him. Into the hole. Good surge by the right side of the offensive line. Godfrey Nelson. Boy, they get off the ball in good shape along with Bobaro. They made something happen. Joe Morris popped it right in there for the touchdown.
High snap. They get it down. The kick's good by Schubert. And it's a giant lead for the first time. There's Joe Morris, and we'll watch what the coaches did when the ball went over the goal line. Parcells leading for the first time today.
He's in that two-point stance, waiting for the official to make a call. Happiness. Not a lot of animation, but I know he feels good inside about that touchdown. Robinson, of course, are very solid on the other side. He goes behind in this game now, 17-16.
Morris just got the score. He's 15 for 42 yards. And with 3:03 left in the third quarter, the kickoff. By Schubert, high and headed for Ron Brown. Or by Charles White. And a big stop at the 20-yard line. They wanted to kick it away from Brown, and they did.
Return by White.
The last scoring drive, 7 plays, 59 yards, 3 minutes and 37 seconds. Giant defense held them the last time. Rams start from their 20.
I think the Rams have to start throwing the ball a little bit more on 1st and 10, Jack. They've only thrown it 5 times so far in this game. There's a shot right there.
David Hill. And he gets a first down. The tight end, David Hill, taking down his first reception of the day. The tackle by Reasons and Carson, the inside linebackers.
Yeah, the Rams have had the ball 17 times on 1st down and have only thrown the ball 5 times. That was the 6th time. I think they have to do more of that.
2:25 left in the third quarter. Pollard comes to the right. Tony Hunter is on a wing. Dickerson cut back and went across the 35, and he got 4 yards.
Ball carried by Dickerson, Welch, and Marshall made the stop. 2nd and 5.
We welcome the CBS audience, which has been watching the Chicago game 21-3 over Detroit in the 3rd quarter. Here's our story here, and we have a good one coming toward the end of the 3rd quarter. Jeff Kemp rolling out and throwing and knocked down by Williams. Moments ago, the Giants, who once trailed 13-0, took the lead on this touchdown.
Maurice Carthen, number 44, in motion, gets a good block on the outside man, good surge on the right side, and Joe Morris pushes it into the end zone for the touchdown.
The score at the half was 13-7 in favor of the Rams, and the Giants have 10 already in this 3rd quarter. At the moment, their defense is on the field. Engstrom alongside on Jack Buck. Barry Redden is in the backfield for the Rams. 3rd and 5. Redden blocking. There's the pass, incomplete. And the Rams are going to have to punt the ball. Barry Redden wanted to slip out into the pass pattern, Hank, but he stumbled and got knocked down.
Yes, and there was penetration on Kemp right about the time he was trying to get rid of the ball. He got a shot there by Casey Merrill, number 71.
It's a sellout crowd here at Giants Stadium in New Jersey. Temperature 68 at the start of the day. Kemp 9 out of 18, and Dale Hatcher punting. This will be his 5th. Phil McConkey is back to get it with 1:27 left in the 3rd quarter. Unmolested, he hangs it high. It's well covered. You better call for a fair catch, kid, and it goes over his head and goes out of bounds inside the 20, and that's not unusual for Hatcher. Before today, Hatcher had kicked 12 out of bounds inside the 20, and the young kicker from Clemson just knocked that one out at the 18. Here's what happened in this game thus far. Eric Dickerson scored from 1 yard out after the Rams recovered a fumble. Rams led 7-0 at the end of the 1st quarter. Field goal by Mike Lansford, 31 yards, another 40 yards, 13-0. A pass to Bobby Johnson, 13-7 at the half. Now the Giants outscore the Rams 10-3 in this 3rd quarter, and they have a 1-point lead. Little Joe Morris caught the ball for about 7. Tackled by Jim Collins.
It's about the 3rd or 4th time they run that play. It's a play action fake, faking to Joe Morris inside, number 20. And then after the fake, he goes right into the middle area between the linebackers. Watch him now. They fake to him, and look at the linebackers, 55 and 50, go in the opposite directions. Right in between them, there's Eckern coming up to make the play, misses. And finally, Jim Collins, number 50, makes the tackle.
Bill Parcells likes that. It's 2nd and 3. Morris dives for about 2. It's going to be 3rd and 1. He was tripped up and couldn't stay on his feet any longer. Reggie Doss, the defensive end, got a hand on him. There's Nolan Cromwell. He just got his ankle retaped. He's one of the directors in the backfield of the Rams when they're on defense. And Newsom, Vince Newsom, is in there in his stead. The Rams trying to stop it on 3rd and 1. The Giants don't have to snap the ball. We only have 5 seconds left in the quarter. Morris popped in there for a 1st down to the 30. 1st down, Giants at their 30. The tackle by Collins. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. A good quarter for the Giants. The score, 17-16 Giants. We pause for a word from your local station.
CBS Sports coverage of the National Football League is sponsored by light beer from Miller. Everything you've always wanted in a beer, and less. And by Canon cameras. They make the great shots simple.
There's Here's our score, and we just start the fourth quarter. 17-16 Giants. There's Eric Dickerson. He's had a pretty fair day. Nothing scintillating as we usually see him pulling off. This is the #1 defense in the National Football League. He's working against today the Giants.
You know, a lot of people didn't think he was going to play today, and he had a bad ankle, but talking to him before the game and yesterday, he said his ankle felt fine. He was ready to go.
Now the Rams are on defense, and it's a first down for the Giants. Dennis Harrison checks in for the Rams. Greg Meissner is in there. Here's a first down pass. Outside to the underman Carthon and incomplete. Let's see what's going on elsewhere. Jim Collins covering on that last play. Minnesota leading 17-6 fourth quarter over Green Bay. Cincinnati by 7 over the Browns. 17-10 fourth quarter. Buffalo blanking Houston 20-0 third period. 7-3 Seattle over the Saints in the fourth quarter. 17-7 the Eagles over Atlanta in the fourth quarter. 24-6 New England leads Indianapolis in the third quarter. And St. Louis been blanked in the fourth quarter, trails Tampa Bay 13-0. Second and 10. A delay to Morris. They got 5. It'll be 3rd and 5. More scores for you. The last tackler, Dennis Harrison, along with Mel Owens. Pittsburgh 30, Kansas City 14 in the fourth quarter. Steelers in good shape. And the Bears undefeated, leading 21-3 in the fourth quarter. They play at Dallas next week. That game will be on CBS. And there's Lawrence Taylor along the sideline.
He plays a lot of positions, right linebacker, left linebacker, sometimes in the middle.
Ray and Newsom check in for the Rams in their backfield. 3rd and 5. Through the hands of Galbraith. We were bragging a while ago about Tony Galbraith, what a great receiver he was, and this one zinged right through with Mike Wiltshire covering, and the Giants will punt.
I think he took his eye off the ball just momentarily, just enough to lose the ball. You talk about making a blink. That's what it was, a blink and it's all over. Drop the ball, now they're in a kicking situation.
You're fond of Galbraith, aren't you?
Oh, he's a great player and a super kid.
Sims 15 out of 27 as he goes to the sideline. 225 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 intercepted. Lendetta punting the ball. And Ellard, a dangerous man, fair catch, 15. Henry Ellard called for a fair catch at the 15-yard line. The Rams trailing by a point get the ball after a 50-yard punt. As you can see by that statistic, the Giants don't blow it very often, do they, Hank?
No, they don't. They've reached a level with their football team that they've grown considerably, and they just hang in there tough. And just the important thing is that you don't lose the game, that you don't give things away, and that's what they're doing very well. Here's Johnny Robinson. They're basically the same philosophy. If you're going to be in the right side of the column with them, you've got to beat them. They're not going to lose the game. And that's the great thing about Johnny Robinson teams. Southern California here, they don't lose the game. You got to beat them.
From the 15, first down. Dickerson in the backfield with Jeff Kemp. 2 tight ends, Hunter and David Hill. 3 wide receivers. And off the hands of Hunter. Thrown high and away to Tony Hunter. Incomplete. Coming over after him, Gary Reasons along with Perry Williams.
Well, I think anytime you throw a crossing pattern like the one we just saw to Tony Hunter, I know the quarterback can't always be right, but you want to throw the ball low enough below the chin at the number so he can catch the ball and continue to run in stride. The minute he has to raise his arms above his head, then of course it gets to be a problem.
2nd and 10. And an elated Dickerson, and a whistle stops play. Ran into the arms of Harry Carson.
False start, number 75, offense, 2nd down.
2nd and 15. Herb Pankey moved before the snap.
You know, I think you have to, at this stage of the game, I think Pankey has really done a terrific job so far of blocking Leonard Marshall, because we haven't heard too much of Marshall, and he's without a doubt one of the best in the business. Number 7.
Ball's back at the 10. 2nd and 15.
This is where they have to be careful. They can't cough it up down here and make a mistake.
No gain for Dickerson. Elvis Patterson came up very strongly, number 34, from the corner to make the tackle.
Holding, number 72, offense, penalty decline, third down.
That's a good call because it's only half the distance to the goal, Jack, and so they're good. It's a good decision to turn down the penalty.
3rd and 15, so here's an early critical play for Los Angeles. Duckworth comes to the left.
We might even see him run a play here, Jack, to make sure they don't make a mistake and get in the position to try to kick the ball out of there without any trouble.
What do you just say about Leonard Marshall?
Well, that's what happens when it's an obvious passing situation, Jack. That's why I was surprised they threw the ball. Watch Marshall, number 70, and Taylor, both of them. Look at Pankey trying to block Marshall, and he licks him on the inside. You don't think he's strong? Look at him. Get penetration and make the sack on Jeff Kemp. But that's the thing that they were trying to keep away from, it being in an obvious passing situation, because Marshall is such a great rusher, especially on the inside.
Now, not much punting room for Dale Hatcher. He's only 12 yards deep. Hockey back waiting for it. The Giants be in great shape. 40-yard line. 35 to the 30. Giants are ready to knock on the door again with 13 minutes left. There's Marshall, who just made that tackle down at the 2.
Is he happy? Leonard Marshall, a really delightful guy. We talked to him yesterday before practice, and he was excited about the way he's playing.
Well, there's a flag to be dealt with here, Hank.
Let's see.
The ball was returned to the 30 by McConkey. Now Jerry Markbright says, tell me what it's all about. For those of you who are watching that Chicago-Detroit game, the score is still 21-3 in favor of the undefeated Bears, who just intercepted a pass in the fourth quarter.
After possession change. We have a personal foul, unnecessary roughness on number 25, Los Angeles, number 71, Giants. Penalties offset by rule. First down, Giants.
Now the fans who were howling at the officials earlier in the game are happy. It was after the change of possession.
There we see another shot of Leonard Marshall. I don't know whether people realize around the country he's 6'3" and weighs 285. Played his collegiate football at LSU. And boy, what a great player he is, and he's getting better and better all the time, especially on obvious passing situations.
Giants lead by 1. They want a touchdown to go ahead by 8. Manuel in motion. Here's a give to Carpenter. A flag goes down by the umpire, and that's usually holding. Ben Montgomery is the umpire, and he threw the holding flag. Mike Wiltshire made the tackle. Parcells doesn't like that. Takes it back to the 40.
Number 65, offense, first down.
Bart Oates, the center.
You know, I talked to Bart yesterday, and I said, would you rather play against a defense where they have somebody on your nose, or some defense where they have an even spacing and just a linebacker on your nose off the line of scrimmage? I was surprised to hear him say, I'd much rather play against a guy that's on my nose, because then I know where he is. When he's not there, then of course I have to anticipate, and it's a lot more difficult.
That was the first penalty against the Giants today. Rams have 6. Here's Joe Morris. A strong tackle by Gary Green, the former Kansas City player, number 27.
Well carried by Morris.
Bill Ard was pulling on the play. Watch the left guard, number 67, and instead of going to the outside, well, look at Gary Green, number 27, a great force, and he gets penetration. And anytime anybody gets penetration on a wide play, you're out of business. You're not going to make any yardage on the play.
Byron Williams, the wide receiver, missed the block on Green, and so it's second down and 23.
The rule is, the rule states that if they're both making an honest attempt to make a play on the ball, that's not pass interference. We'll get a chance to look at this closer, but let's see what happens on the play. The ball was underthrown too, and that should be a factor too, Jack.
Yes, it should.
I think it has to be called only if he has an honest attempt or honest opportunity to make the catch. I don't think he could have that time because the ball was thrown short. Let's see what he calls.
He did it. Sideline.
Here we see the play. Irvin, number 47.
Not playing the ball.
He's playing the man. Now he looks for the ball, and the ball is coming down. The ball is way short. Yeah. I don't know how you could call that according to what the new rules are supposed to be, Jack. He looked for the ball.
Yeah. Well, don't argue with me. I agree with you.
Yep.
Number 47, defense, first down.
First and goal at the 4.
If you literally interpret the rule the way it is this year, he was making an honest attempt to make the play. I think it's a bad call.
Ball is at the 4. Unless he gave him, Hank, a little shove before he turned around and looked.
It might be, yeah. You couldn't see the left hand. That might be a possibility. Of course, you have to give the official the benefit of the doubt because he's right there on the scene of the action.
Okay, we have 11:43 left in the game. The Giants leading by 1. There's Leroy Irvin who just drew the flag. He wants a lawyer. Let's watch it again. Let's watch his left hand before he turns around.
Let's see if he might have gotten that hand on him. It doesn't look like it. He's trying to bring it up to make a play of the ball that was thrown short. Now the intent has to be there with regard to concentration on the ball. But I thought he turned around. He's playing man-for-man coverage. When the ball comes down, he's got to play the ball.
3 tight ends for the Giants. Carthon and Morris in the backfield. Morris, Carthon blocking. He got about 2. And Maurice Carthon is something. He played in the U.S. Football League here, and he played about 21 games. Then walked right into the Giant camp. He's an Iron Man.
Talking about Iron Men, talking about Joe Morris, talking about strength. He power cleans 320 pounds, bench presses 415 pounds, and full squats 550 pounds. He does that 5 times. Boy, that's strong for a guy that's 5'7" and weighs 195.
Ball's 2.5 yards away. We'll call it the 3. Vito Cab goes in motion. Morris to the goal line. Touchdown. Sure yet, but it is a touchdown. The one official called it. That's all you need is 1. The one official called it. Now they say no. They changed the flag.
And look where the ball is now. It's all the way back to what? The 2-yard line? Incredible, isn't it?
What's happening here? It's a touchdown.
It's got to be.
Line up for the extra point. The crowd doesn't know it.
Yeah, here it is. Look at the surge, straight ahead blocking on the part of the offensive lineman. Billy Ard, Bart Oates, Benson, Godfrey, and Nelson. Boy, they get a good surge, and they take it in for the touchdown. They're kicking the extra point.
And it is good. Now the Giants, who trail 13-0, lead by 8, 24-6. 24-16.
Here's another look from behind the defense. Straight ahead surge. Look at Godfrey. Number 61 gets a good block at the point of attack. Good surge on the left side by Billy Ard, Bart Oates, Godfrey, Nelson.
Ball landed right on the goal line.
Here's Billy Parcells on the sideline. Well, a mild clap, nothing over rambunctious. Look at a solemn look on the part of Johnny Robinson. He's got to be concerned. Had a lead early in the game, and now he's behind 24-16.
The interference call set that one up. Second touchdown of the day for Joe Morris. Back out of Syracuse. Like he was just discovered here, right?
Yep, that's right. Of course, they always like the little guy. He's always the underdog, and when he does well, like Joe Morris has done, why, he's got to be a big favorite. I enjoy talking to him. He's one of the few guys in the league I can look eye to eye to and talk to.
11 minutes left in the game, and Eric Schubert has to tee it up again. There's another look at Morris.
Number 2 draft choice in 1982. Played his collegiate football at Syracuse.
Hit by Schubert. And a line drive, and it bounces high, and it's into the end zone, and out comes Brown. Oh, watch it, folks. This is one of the fastest men in football. Schubert told me yesterday he couldn't tackle him. He's right. This is going to be out of bounds inside the 15. Caught him, Andy Hedden.
Andy Hedden right. Number 54 made the play. Watch him run to the right, break to the inside, almost stumble and fall. There's Taylor in hot pursuit. He tries to tag him, but it doesn't work. Goes down the sideline. Here's Schubert. He tries to make a tackle and slides right off like he's got peanut butter on his arms. He goes right down the sideline for a big play.
89 yards to the 11 of New York. By Brown. Schubert looked funny trying to tackle him, didn't he?
Yes, he did. He tried. Didn't get his arms wrapped around it.
10:41 left in the game. Eric Dickerson last to about the 6. In that Chicago-Detroit game, Kevin Butler kicked a field goal. Less than 6 minutes remaining. 24-3. The undefeated Bears are still on top in that one. For those of you who switched over to this game and just saw that brilliant kickoff return by Ron Brown.
Tony Hunter, number 87, really made a nice block in the last run by Dickerson.
And Dickerson got 5. Second and 5 from the 6. Dickerson again. This time they were really forcing up.
Kenny Hill that time, 48, came in and made the play. Tony Hill was trying to block on the play that time, number 87, but didn't succeed in getting it done, and for that reason, no gain in the play. Watch Hunter, number 87 on the right of your screen. Watch Dickerson, watch 87. He bounces off of Kenny Hill, and Kenny Hill makes the tackle, number 48, along with some other help from the inside.
And it is 3rd down. 7 from the Rams want some points, not necessarily a touchdown. And they find it incomplete, out of bounds. Great try by Duckworth, covered by Kenny Hill.
I tell you, I don't know how they got the ball in there that time. They were 3-on-2 and the 2 receivers on the outside. They had a slot formation. Look at Robinson. Is he upset? He is really upset about something.
He doesn't get hot very often.
No, he thinks he's in bounds. He thought he had both feet in bounds and had possession.
Might have been pushed out of bounds. Would have to. And Duckworth struggling to get up. I'd like to see this one again, so let's do it.
Boy, Kemp, I tell you, you talk about throwing a frozen rope. Good protection that time. Marshall is trying to get up in the air, but look at the ball thrown on the outside.
He has the ball.
1 foot in.
And he knocked out. I think that should have been a touchdown.
You're right. He was knocked out by the defensive player, and as a result, didn't have a chance to get both feet in bounds, and it should have been declared a touchdown.
Did he hang on to the ball?
It looked like he had possession. You have to have possession and both feet in bounds, but he didn't have a chance because he got knocked out by the defensive back.
Well, I agree with John Robinson. Here was his immediate reaction.
Look at it. It looks like he's going to attack the official. Look at that. He comes down there. He's melting the wax in his ears there, isn't he?
Well, they're going to rule it incomplete, out of bounds. I thought that had he not been hit, Duckworth would have gotten the other foot down in.
I think so too. I think you're absolutely right, and that's what the rule says, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no question about it. Yeah, knocked him out of bounds. There's no way he could get the other foot down. They talk about dotting the I. He had no chance to dot the I, meaning to drop the foot in, the left foot in the end zone. Never had a chance because he was knocked out of bounds.
And that's Bobby Duckworth, who is being tended to. They told us that the acquisition of Duckworth really set up this football club and gave them the balance that they needed.
Well, I think any time that you can get a receiver from the San Diego Chargers or the Los Angeles Raiders, I think you got to take him because they're well-schooled, well-disciplined, run patterns very well, and they catch the ball.
Lansford has kicked from 31, 40, 26, and this one 25. And it is good. So now the score 24 to 19. And a lot will happen before it's over. We have 9:14 left in the game. Let's watch the Duckworth effort again. Lansford 4 for 4.
Here we see him on the outside again. He gets the ball. It looks like he has possession. He's bringing it down, gets one foot down, but he's knocked out of bounds, and he can't get the other foot down, so it's impossible. So it should have been a touchdown, I think.
Well, I'll throw in with you. We're either both right or both wrong. There's Phil Simms. He knows now that he can't sit on the ball. He has only a 5-point lead.
You don't happen to have a black and white shirt, do you, Jack?
There's Duckworth headed for the training room. I don't know precisely the sort of injury, so we'll just wait.
Wait till Johnny sees the picture. He didn't get a good view of it from where he was at ground level on the far side of the field.
He saw enough.
But evidently he saw enough where he thought, just like we did, that it was a touchdown.
Now the kickoff. And out comes Adams. And you'll see a fired-up Ram defense here. And these Giants, Hank, cannot afford to sit on it, can they?
Oh, no, they can't. You know, they've done a good job of throwing the ball on 1st and 10. The Giants have had the ball 26 times on 1st and 10. And have thrown the ball 14 times and completed 10. Pretty strong.
Well, as good as this game is, more fine action coming up today on CBS. The Cowboys 6-3, same record as the Giants, at the Redskins, who are 5-4 and coming off a strong win over Atlanta. Dallas trying to bounce back after losing to St. Louis. The ball is at the 19.
See if they throw the ball here on 1st and 10. They do it again.
Outside, and he had to get it out of Cromwell's route. Threw it away from Manuel. In Chicago, in the game with the Bears and the Lions, they're at the 2-minute warning with a score 24-3. Favor of the Bears. Looks like they're going to travel to Dallas with a perfect record. Here's more scores for you. Cincinnati by 10 over Cleveland in the 4th quarter, 20-10. And a blank for Houston, 20-0 Buffalo, 4th quarter.
Figure that team out, huh? Houston I'm talking about.
2nd and 10. Motion by the tight end. Here comes Morris. The linebacker Jim Collins jumped in there. More scores as 3rd down comes around for the Giants. We have 8:50 left in this game. No more scores for you at the moment. We got you right up to date on most of them. 3rd down and 8.
5-point difference in the game, Jack, and sometimes you have the mistaken impression that you got to score 5 times, which is ridiculous. You're one play from being back in the game and being ahead in the game, talking about the Rams.
That's what that kickoff return by Brown did. Ray and Newsom are in the backfield defensively.
Blitz, Newsom coming on the outside.
Pass is caught, 1st down. What a great catch by the rookie George Adams. On 3rd and 8.
Look at the way he sucked that ball right out of the air with his hands. Man-for-man coverage. Newsom was blitzing on the play. Johnny Johnson covering on the play. Throws the ball on the outside. Look at the way he caught that ball out in front with his hands. George Adams, number 33. Johnny Johnson, number 20, making the tackle.
Manuel comes to the right side. Byron Williams is left.
See if they throw again on 1st and 10. They've been doing an awful lot of that. Been very successful. Nope.
Morris. Tackle by Owens. And a substantial gain. Uh-oh, Atlanta's made it close. Fourth quarter, Eagles by 3, 17-14. Gerald Riggs with the last score. On a 1-yard run. New England walloping Indianapolis. Took them a while to get going, but they're ahead 34-6 fourth quarter.
And they're a hot team now. They're playing well.
Tony Franklin just kicked the field goal, and Tampa Bay has blanked St. Louis 16-0 into the fourth quarter. And you know, for Tampa Bay, that would be their first win. Another first down. Rob Carpenter. Tackled by Johnson. He blew out of there.
Boy, Billy Ard, it looked like number 67 got a great block on Eckern. See if we can see it. Yes, he does. And he cuts back. Look at him cut back on the play. Good running on the part of Rob Carpenter, number 26. Cut back on the part of Carpenter.
6.5 left in the game. Carpenter again. And he picked up 3. Tackled by Jim Collins. More scores as you watch the clock. Down to 6:20. Pittsburgh by 12 over Kansas City, 33-21 fourth quarter. Gary Anderson just kicked the field goal. And that's the last of the scores we have available for you at the moment. 2nd down and 7 Giants, taking us to the 6-minute mark.
The way the Rams are pursuing Jack, boy, some kind of reverse would be a big play because they're really chasing like crazy, trying to get to the ball carrier.
Here's one to the up-back Carpenter. Manuel had been in motion. A final score. The Bears are undefeated. They are 10-0. They won 24-3 over Detroit today with that game at Chicago. Reggie Doss, the last tackler. There's Phil Simms trying to figure something out on 3rd down.
You know, in talking to Simms yesterday in the locker room, I asked about his physical condition. He said, my knees bother me a little bit, but I'm throwing better than I've thrown a long time. I feel very, very strong. My arm feels great at this stage of the season.
3rd and 4. Ball is deflected, and it's 4th down. And they're too far away to try the field goal. So the Rams will get it with 5:11 left in this game.
And that's a lot of time. A lot of time for the Rams.
And they better kick it away from Millard, hadn't they?
I would think so. They're going to try to kick it out of bounds, I'm sure. In the middle of the field, right-footed kicker, depending on where the wind is coming from on the field, it's been going from the kicker's left to right. So if that's the case, he'll try to kick it out of bounds to his right side. If it's changed, then a normal procedure would be for him to kick to the left side.
There's Millard, number 80. Sean Lindetta will kick it, the rookie out of Towson State. Oh, it was almost blocked. And it's not touched, and it goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. The Giants almost got a lucky bounce. Who was that? Oh, that Leroy. No, that was Gary Green who came very close, wasn't it? No, it was Newsom. Almost blocked it.
Buffalo 20.
5:03 left in the game, and there's Eric Dickerson. He knows that he's going to be doing some work in the next 5 minutes. In the first half, the Rams moved up and down the field with a run, but not in the second half.
No, it's changed, and you have to give the Giants a lot of credit. They made some adjustments, played very well in the second half.
There's Johnny Robinson. He told us yesterday that his other quarterback, Steve Dills, is the kind of guy who could come off the bench and lead a drive, but they stay with Jeff Kim.
Will Bain, number 62, is playing left tackle.
Dickerson out across the 30 for a first down. Boy, made that look easy. Byron Hunt tackled him. Here's the final score for you. Seattle beat New Orleans 27-3. Seattle's 6th win. New Orleans is now 3-7.
You know, the Rams have a strong philosophy. They think that if it's close in the fourth quarter, as big and strong as their offensive line is, they're going to be able to push people around and make something happen and move the ball in the fourth quarter and win the ball in the fourth quarter. Let's see what happens.
That was only their 3rd first down in this half. That's a forward pass. Incomplete. Leonard Marshall right on top of it.
Marshall, again, is very, very tough to block when he's coming inside. Let's see if he's coming inside. There he is. He goes inside of Bain, and he comes off the ball very quickly, and he gets penetration. He gets penetration. Hey, it's all over. School's out. He's going to get the quarterback.
Bain told us yesterday, he said he comes inside all the time. I can handle it.
Well, he didn't handle him that time, and that time, of course, the way he came inside, the guard should have turned out on him, and the tackle turned out on the linebacker. They didn't do it.
Second down and 10. Hunter in motion. And a big draw in the pass. Wide open. Hunter dropped it. Wide open at the 35 of New York.
You know, it's something very unusual for him. He had his hands turned wrong that time, Jack. He knocked the ball down. Instead of having his right hand up and the left hand below it, he had him reversed, it looked like, and that's why he didn't make the catch.
Well, that'll drive the coach crazy.
Yeah, let's take a look at this. See if he's got him upside down. Yeah, he has. Look it. He goes back for the ball instead of letting the ball come to him and have the right hand up and cushion it with the right hand and bring it in with the left. He had him turned around that time.
Kemp is 9 out of 22 and 0 for his last 6. Third and 10. 4:18 left. A flag is down. Pass is caught, but Barry Redden out of bounds at the 40. And that's not enough for a first down, and a flag has been thrown.
That's got to be holding, too, the way they dropped the flag, where they dropped it. Let's see if that's what it was. Holding is right.
Now, they could decline the penalty, but then it would be 4th and 2, and the Rams might gamble.
Holding, number 62, offense, third down.
It becomes third down now. It was against Bain, trying to stop the rush of Leonard Marshall. Tampa Bay blanks St. Louis 16-0, and Tampa Bay wins their first game of the year. And that hurts the Cardinals, who are 4-6. Now the final, Green Bay over Minnesota, 27-17.
Boy, what a reversal there.
Third down and 20.
They got to throw the ball inside, Jack.
They run the ball. And the Giants are happy to let them have 10 yards because now the Rams have to punt with 4 minutes left in the game.
Well, they had to do something inside, Jack, because the deep backs were very far back that time. The middle was wide open. Whether you run or pass, they chose a high percentage kind of a play with a draw, and they made good yardage, but not enough for the first down. They're going to have to kick.
Down lineman Jerome Sally made the tackle along with Herb Welch. Here's the kick to McConkey. Dickerson is over 100 yards, 24 rushes, 107 yards. With that last rush, 101 yards. And McConkey called for a fair catch. A flag is down. McConkey took it at the 25. So the Rams with only 3 first downs in this second half. Can't win like that, can you?
No, you can't.
The penalty evidently coming up against Los Angeles, according to the player reaction. There's Bill Parcells. He's trying to win his 7th game, and then he'll say, well, I'll go home and watch Dallas and Washington play, and they can do whatever they want.
That's what is fun, when you're able to win a game and then go home and enjoy just watching somebody else play, especially in your division. You don't have to worry about anything until after the game's over with, and you have to worry about preparing for next week's game.
Back judge is Tom Kelleher talking it over with Jerry Markbright. The umpire Ben Montgomery.
We have an illegal use of the hands foul on number 22 on the kicking team. First down.
That's Vince Newsom. And the penalty. And a first down. There's Johnny Robinson. Not much is going right. Rams play at Atlanta next Sunday. Folks in New York or San Diego will not see that Dallas and Washington game, but the rest of the nation will see it here on CBS when this one is over. Here comes Joe Morris. Looks like everybody else a little bit tired, and he's getting stronger.
Yeah, he is. You know, when he rushed like he did last week for all that yardage, he went right over to the strength coach, there you will see it again. Watch Billy Ard, number 67, coming through and block Eckern, number 55, at the point of attack. And look at Joe Morris go right through there, right through the arms of a would-be tackler, and makes the first down. Or close to the first down, is 2nd and 1.
Picked up 8. 2:45 left. Giants leading by 5. Up back Carpenter did not get a first down. What were you saying about that weight machine?
Well, when he rushed for over 100 yards last week, he went right over to the strength coach and said, I owe every yard I made to the squat machine. That's where I've gotten all my strength. It's been great during the off season, and he attributes that conditioning program to the success that he's enjoying so much this year.
They put in the 3 tight ends. Vito Cab joins Mark Bavaro. Conrad Goody is in there. It's 3rd down and a yard. We're coming up to the 2-minute warning, and the Rams are not going to use any of their timeouts. We have 2 minutes left. 3rd and 1 confronts the Giants. They lead by 5. John Robinson knows he's in trouble, trailing by 5 with 2 minutes left. Even if he gets the ball back, he'll need a touchdown, not just a field goal. Meanwhile, he can't get the ball, and the Giants have 3rd and less than a yard at their own 45. When we resume, the Rams have 2 timeouts remaining. The Giants 3. Giants trailed 13-0 at one time in this game, 13-7 at the half, at a 10-point third quarter.
The play right before the half to Bobby Johnson really turned the whole game around for them. They really caught fire, and they've been tough ever since.
3rd down and a yard. And in motion, Morris gets a first down, and there goes a flag. A flag came down.
Flag on the play.
There will be a first down
Carried by Morris.
unless it's against the Giants. It's going to be against the Rams.
Looked like offside. Let's see what he calls.
Offside. Defense. First down.
First down as Joe Morris took it out. Actually, they ought to take the penalty. They are going to take the penalty.
Yes, I'm sorry.
And get more yards out to midfield. With 1:58 remaining, and they'll start the clock again. With the snap of the ball after that penalty. Giants will be very conservative now. They don't want to lose the ball in any way. Carpenter is good at hanging on to that ball. Meissner wrapped him up in a hurry. He got a couple.
Yeah, the Rams have to call timeout.
And they do.
Ball carried by Carpenter.
And now for an NFL Today report, let's go to Brent Musburger in New York.
Well, Jack, it was a comeback by the Green Bay Packers that stunned Minnesota. 3 touchdowns the last 12 minutes. Mark Murphy snaps this one off and returns the Tommy Kramer pass. 53 yards for the touchdown that sealed it up. 27-17. Green Bay a winner. They're now 4-6. Let's go back to Jack and Hank.
And it puts Minnesota at 5-5, and all of those people are chasing the Bears, who are 10-0, and Detroit's now 5-5. How'd you like to be in the spot the Bears enjoy at this point of the season?
They're all smiles. Mike Ditka and his staff, they're all very happy, and justifiably so. They've really done a super job with the Chicago Bears.
Want to go to Dallas and watch the Bears play the Cowboys next Sunday?
That'd be exciting, except we're going to be in St. Louis doing a Philadelphia game, right?
Right. And Philadelphia apparently is going to win. Well, they were 3 points ahead the last time we checked, and they'll be 5-5 if they do win. Coming up next, we have the Cowboys at Washington. RFK Stadium. There'll be some noise over there. And if the Giants can get some help from the Redskins, the Giants might be in first place all to themselves when the day is over. Ball at the 48, 2nd and 8. Bootleg by Sims. Wiltshire nails him. What a good gain. He stayed in bounds also, and it kept the clock going.
The great thing, boy, I tell you, that Wilshire, Mike Wilshire, number 54, he's played a terrific football game. You talk about a response. He got caught in the inside and responded and reacted to the outside and still made the play. A great play, really, by number 54, Mike Wilshire.
Third and last timeout charge to the Rams. Terry O'Neill is the executive producer of CBS Sports. Charles H. Milton III, the senior producer. Today's game produced by Mike Arnold, directed by Bob Dumpy, associate director John Fortunato, John Pumo, the field technical manager, and the others who are involved here today, telling you the story from Giants Stadium. Clock is stopped at 1:42 left, and it is 3rd and 3 confronting the Giants when we resume. They lead by 5, 24-19 over the Rams. Well, the 49ers could do themselves some good, apparently, Hank. They have a record of 5-4. They were 3 games behind. They could end up 2 games behind when the action
Yeah, there should be strong motivation for the 49ers tomorrow night when they play the Denver Broncos in Denver. I understand it's snowing there, Jack.
They had some snow. We've had a lovely day here in New York.
I tell you, Bill Parcells has to feel good about his team being down like they were early in the game to come back like they have. He said he didn't know for sure whether they have grown to that level or not to be able to withstand that kind of adversity and hang in there tough and play. They sure did that today.
3rd down and 3. Bill Morris stumbled a bit and failed to get the first down, and the clock continues to run. Rams cannot stop it.
Ball carried by Morris.
Now the Rams will really be coming after this punt by Landeta, won't they?
Yeah, that's their last hope. They've got to do a good job of rushing the punter, trying to block the kick, trying to make something happen, but in the process they cannot take a chance of roughing the kicker and giving them possession of the ball again. They got to take the angle. They got to reach about 1.5 yards out in front of where the kicking spot is of the punter, and they know that by the scouting information. If they take the right angle and get good penetration, they got a chance to block the kick.
And they'll take a penalty right here. The 30-second clock runs down. They'll tack off 5 yards, 58 seconds left. Now, the Giants have done a very good job of controlling the ball once they had the lead.
Delay of game, number 5, offense, 4th down.
Last time the Giants punted, Vince Newsom came very close. Tonight on CBS and following the Dallas-Washington game, 60 Minutes, Murder, She Wrote, Crazy Like a Fox, Dropper John, M.D. They're coming after him, but Landeta hangs it high. Well covered and out of bounds with 51 seconds left. I guess the Giants pretty happy with their new rookie kicker, aren't they?
Oh, yeah, he's done a terrific job for him. And going into this game, he averaged 45.1 per kick.
Number
Boy, that's
one.
Strong.
Number 1 in the NFC. Well, the Rams have no timeouts in 51 seconds, and they need a touchdown. They trail 24-19. We had a couple of critical plays in this game. You mentioned the one, Hank, where Bobby Johnson got the touchdown pass just before the half. And the one on which Duckworth was injured when it looked like he was bumped out of bounds.
And the other one, of course, was a pass interference down there on Urban. That was a big play.
On the 16-yard line. 4-man front for the Giants. Short pass. And the clock will run. That's a first down. They have time. They can stop it. Hurry up offense. 40 seconds left. Hunter caught the ball. Tackled by Andy Hedden. 34 seconds for rushing.
Whoa!
And Elvis Patterson came rushing to it. We've tried to get it out to Ellard. That stops the clock with 25 seconds left. You got excited, didn't you?
Well, it looked like I saw Patterson coming over, and it looked like when he released the ball, he didn't see Patterson. I thought Patterson got a good enough jump to make the interception, but it was thrown a little bit too low. Merrill, number 71, was the one who put the pressure on Jeff Kemp that time, number 9.
Ball is at their 30. The Rams have 25 seconds left and no timeouts. 2nd and 10. Really playing it loose. 4-man rush. Over the middle and drop. Intercepted. Off of the hands of one. Into the other. Brown bobbled it. Intercepted by Hill. The game is over. One more snap of the ball. Kenny Hill intercepts his 2nd of the year. That's the first turnover by the Rams today. And it hardly mattered. It didn't look like they were going to get it done anyhow, Hank. There's Bill Parcells. He's a happy man, and these Giants have have a record of 7-3, and they just say to the Cowboys and Redskins, well, knock yourselves out, brothers.
There goes the bucket of ice water. Carson dumps a bucket of ice water. I couldn't tell who dumped it on, but that's the procedure. They've been going through the last few weeks. Every time they win a game, they dump water on one of the coaches on the sideline with just about this time left in the game.
That'll take us down to 0. Dallas plays at Washington next here on CBS. Dallas did not score in their first possession in that game. This one is history. Parcells and Robinson with a handshake. Kemp finished 10 out of 25 for 130 yards for Hank Stram, Jack Buck. Giants Stadium, the final 24-19 Giants. Stay tuned for the second game that most of you will see. CBS Sports coverage of the National Football League will continue after this word from your local station.